political world or in the religious world, micro level is the least understood level. People assume to know. You may take your own conversation. You assume to know it, don't you? Surely you know it. You know who is what, who is who, what is doing, and so on. But take a serious study of that conversation. You will realize that you didn't know anything about this conversation. So it is the most misunderstood all over the world. It is a level where you have scanty information. It is a level, said, where there is a depth of information. Our church takes statistics, don't we? Sure. Every quarter, we submit statistics to our higher levels. But those statistics is not micro information. And at the top, in the General Conference, they keep on saying, statistics is not the church. So, the purpose of this course is to equip you when you go out there. Help the church to build information. Don't wait for the executive secretary of Grassroots to give you a command to begin collecting information. No. That's why you saw in our Senebec strategic plan, the purpose of the strategic goal is to build an information center at every district level. In your district, where you come from, we have what we call small churches. We have what we call medium churches. And we have what we call mega churches. But we don't know which one is which. Because we have never done a study. That's good.
That's good.
Yeah?
That's good.
So if you go out to do a micro level study, you go with a purpose. That's why I am always appealing to you. A grade is not the best thing you can pick from Piatini. A grade is just a sheet of paper. See, I can give you a sheet of paper where you have A's all throughout. And when you can do nothing on the ground. Did you hear me? We are not here to decorate your academic papers. No. So when you go out to study, a region, you need to develop the passion. Not that Pastor Mafadi has sent you out to do the study. You always refer to it as Mafadi's research. I am doing Mafadi's research. You see? There's a story about one duck, a master duck, which was very smart. It held a flying class. Now, after, it taught its students how to fly. At the end of the class, one of the students rose his hand and said, "Sir, can you do it so that we also see how you do it?" The fellow could not make it. Could not make it. So, I don't want you to be deceived. Many books have been written how to revive a church by whites. Not so. It's not that I don't like them, no. How to revive a church, how to set up a very strong church. Churches are crumbling. And they are selling buildings to companies. Those are the people who are writing books and books, which are so much attractive to the point, and Africans buy. Guys, welcome. Who trained the United States Air Force? Who was the first trainer? You have never asked yourselves questions of this nature. Who was the first man to earn a degree on the planet Earth? Who gave it to him? What was the curriculum? Who measured? Who gave him grades? And so, don't be bought by trash. Micro level is the most important level in every social organization. The church is a social institution. It's a service provider. It's not a profit-making institution. If it is a service provider, it has agents that distribute those services. If they are agents, then there is also installation of services. If there is installation of services, then there are facilities needed in order to distribute those services. If there is distribution of service, whether you like it or not, there are standards to be followed. There are goals to be reached. There are milestones to be reached. There are deliverables that must be made every unique time. An African pastor is deceived. Do you know how he's deceived?
No.
Eh?
No.
He's picked from where he's working and taken to a very prestigious environment. After training for some time, he's training out of his workplace. A prestigious environment. So there are singers, and there are Nigerians. We sat in the same class. That means nothing. Don't be deceived. I took a class in typing. Let me give you an example. During my degree course, a class in typing. I was given a test to type. I passed the test, but I went out of school without being able to type a single letter.
You passed it.
I am giving you an example.
You passed that
Sure.
for typing?
You need to
And you
go
know
back.
what?
No.
During our graduation time,
Mm-hmm.
man came from Nairobi and preached a very powerful sermon. He was always referring to us,
Okay.
the graduates. These guys, you see them here. They are great performers.
Amen.
They are going to change things. I felt very big.
But
Very big.
sure.
But when I went out to the field, my pride was shattered like a pack of cards.
You just need to go back.
Crumbled. So have a big picture of my career. See, where do we find youth groups? Where?
Bus.
Where? Church. Call them congregations. Congregations are the micro units of an organization called church. Families are the basic building blocks of a church. Families. In these urban churches, you are divided ourselves into families. This is a family, this is a family, this is a family. Yeah? Family one and family one. Come on. Those artificial families conceal the real families. The real families are there. When you do things at artificial level of families, you are deceived that you have done your work.
Artificial families.
What do you mean by artificial family, Pastor?
Eh?
What do you mean by saying artificial family?
When you are in the congregation, when you meet together, you begin divide yourselves into
Groups.
houses, and you call them families. Those are not families. Those are convenient divisions. They are not families. Do you cook there? Do you know how many children does each person have? Do you know what experiences an individual goes through? You don't know. So what happens at that level becomes artificial, unafu, because you don't want to go down. When you go down, you discover homes that do not have latrines. You discover those that don't have food at home. You discover those that do not have Bibles, that are not praying, who know nothing. Well, you can't know who can't read and write. But there you discover somebody can't read and write. People are not buying rations. Why should they buy them when they can't read them?
Sure.
And they will not tell you that we don't know how to read and write. They just look at you. They are dressed very nice in suits. I'm telling you. So, micro level studies those institutions, micro units that make up the church. If you want to develop a powerful church, start from where you should start from. And that is the grassroots level. Read that book. The concept of grassroots is another name for micro level. So micro level becomes very, very important. We have gone through models that can help us study those micro level units. When we come to church district planning, we look at models that can help us study the institutions that we build at church district level. Institutions like those organs, social organs like youth groups, women groups, Adventist men.
Children.
Sabbath school is not a social organ. Do you know why?
No.
In the 7 days, Sabbath school takes only 4 hours. Did you look at it like that? It's not a social organ. Youth is a social organ. Children ministries also takes some 2-3 hours in a week. Most powerful one is the youth. The adventure, the pathfinder, the senior youth, and what? The ambassadors. And then? And the adult youth. That's why we have a social organ. Whether it's at home, it's still a service service. There are activities you can perform throughout the week. They are there. going to make a presentation, you must have a broad idea about my calling. You should speak like an authority because you have done it. You have gone out and studied a congregation. You studied it together with the members of that congregation. You enabled it to know about itself. The people who took you around discovered a lot of things which they didn't know. So together with them, you studied the congregation. That's why you gave them one congregation. To go through it in 2 weeks. Actually, 2 weeks are not enough. Normally, a research is considered to be a real research when it takes 5 weeks. And it took a few weeks because you are weak. You know why you are weak? Eh? In schools where we do research exercises, nobody gives us food. Nobody gives us accommodation. I want to suggest next time to Pastor Mafal that the members that are going to do micro level are not given food. They are not given accommodation.
Yes.
They have to find out where they can stay. I traveled a distance of 1,500 kilometers away from my college. I didn't know anybody out there. I could not speak the native language, except the wrong signal, signs. One man could speak English and interpret for me. He helped. But I found where to sleep myself. How? In some places, I spent nights in classrooms. Some places in mosques, in temples, Hindu temples. Some places, somebody who is friendly, who can be friendly and you talk, you sweet talk him, and he takes you a night or 2 or 3, stay in his house. You don't carry things that are bulky. No, you don't even need a mattress. What for?
Sleeping.
Carry newspaper.
Sleep.
You lay it down and sleep.
No blanket.
Well, you can take a pair of bed sheets. Yeah. If you want, modern times, you can get a sleeping bag. Get a sleeping bag. Yes, on the watch, you don't do work. Because you are used to being spoon-fed. Our video program Senebek are people who are productive. And all that you have if we see that you are not productive, probably this will be facilitating you with some school fees, but you can't even work out a textbook. Eh? You can't do something. Come on. Where there is a need, there is a job. Did you study that? In a community, in every community, find out where there is a need. Provide for that need. Where there is a need, there is a job.
Sure.
I hope all of you have done the soft copy. Are you finished? Wait a minute.
Yes.
You are waiting for presentation. Did you do the corrections I told you?
Yes. Yes.
Reduce the number of the photos you have in the presentation. Arrange your presentation in a logical order, in a sequential manner, so that your presentation flows from one level to another, to another, to another, and finally your conclusion.
Yes.